My cat Molly got in the room and I accidentally somehow said the word tube, which she knows is those little tube liquid cat treats. So like, just watch this. Tubes. You know that word, but I don't have any to give her. Say hi, Molly. Say hi. Hello. This is my cat Molly. I think she's been on my channel once before. And you're a squirmy little bugger. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video, since it is the 2nd of April, and because the weather is clearing up so nicely out there, especially here, which is the change for Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, which is where I'm from, of course. So yes, I decided to film a spring look for you guys today. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I just kind of have a few ideas. So if you would like to see what I come up with, and if you were into this kind of thing, if you want to get some spring inspiration for some of your makeup looks, you can just keep on watching. Okay, so by now we all know that I'm not the biggest primer fan, so I'm just gonna completely skip out of primer again for this look today. And I already put some moisturizer on, and the moisturizer that I did put on was this little tester that I have from Tarte that came in like a little box set. I think that was like the first time that I've ever tried Shape Tape, so I did a video for that one a little while back. But this one is actually called the Double Duty Beauty First Step Prep Moisture Reset Cream. So I really like this. It smells just like lemons, I think. Yeah, like it kind of has like a citrusy smell to it. I really do like it, especially under my makeup. Okay, so now I'm going to do foundation. And actually, I'm just going to do something a little bit different. The foundation that I'm going to be using is the MAC Studio Water Weight SPF 30 foundation. And I just got this. Like, I've never tried this before. I just came across this one. And yes, I know that I work for MAC since January, but I'm just starting to try the whole line of stuff now. And this is actually one that I have just started using. The only MAC foundations that I have used before this one would be the Studio Fix Fluid, which is this one. This one's like a pretty full coverage. And I also have the Face and Body foundation, which I also really like. I have to say that so far, I think I've used this like twice. This one definitely tops the other two in terms of what I look for in a foundation. And I mean, you can't beat that it's SPF 30. And it's kind of cool because it comes in this little drop right here, and the formula is pretty liquidy, which I like because it's buildable. You don't just put it on and immediately look like a cake face. So this right here is definitely the winner for me for MAC foundations so far. I'm going to take this little glass mixing dish. I think it's just a candle holder from Michaels. And I'm actually going to mix that foundation with a little bit of the MAC strobe cream, and this one's in the shade Pink Light, so it kind of just has like a baby pink. It almost looks like a liquid highlighter, but it's far more subtle than a liquid highlighter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm literally just gonna take a little bit of this and squirt it out. It looks white, but it does have like subtle pink specks of like, not really sparkle, but kind of like pearly iridescent-y stuff in it. And you can use that almost as like a moisturizer if you don't want to mix it into your foundation as well. So it is pretty multifunctional. I am just going to take a bunch of squirts of this foundation. So it just kind of looks like a big mess, but I'm just going to go in with my Morphe Y7 brush. The strobe cream just kind of helps give a nice layer of a little bit of sheen. So if you're like a fan of dewy luminosity finishes, that would be like a great thing to invest in if you don't already have it, or if you haven't tried it. I would definitely give it a go. If you go into any MAC store, they will be more than happy to give you a sample of any color. It also comes in gold, and I think it comes in peach, and I think silver as well. So, but the pink one is really good for fair skin tones, and the gold one is also nice, but I really like the pink one. I'm just going in with a beauty sponge and just pressing some of that excess into my skin. I kind of like doing this step anyway right after I use the brush, because this one just kind of helps press everything into the skin and there is no like bristle marks streaked across my face in the end. And also, I didn't mention what shade I was in. So the shade is actually NC15. Okay, so for concealer, I decided to go with the MAC Studio Fix 24 Hour Smooth Wear Concealer. And I'm in the shade NW22. And this stuff is pretty amazing. It goes on super smooth. I don't know, there's just like, there's something about it, and it really does stay on all day, and if you set it correctly, you will not get creasing. Needless to say, that's like with a lot of concealers, if you learn to set them correctly, they won't really give you creasing problems. But like I said, there's something about this one. It's just the formula is so smooth and it's not overly thick. It's definitely not as thick as Shape Tape, but it almost gives the same kind of coverage to it. It's kind of hard to compare because in Shape Tape I have a lighter shade than this one right here, but I seem to be turning to this one a lot more than my Shape Tape, believe it or not. So I am a huge fan of the 24 Hour Wear Concealer by MAC. And I'm just pushing that in with that same beauty sponge. Okay, so now that concealer is done, I am going to go in and set it, but I'm not going to do my usual baking routine. If I can stay away from doing the whole baking thing, I will, just because it is a little heavier. So because we are doing like a nice spring look, I decided to keep it on the lighter side. And to set my under eye, I'm actually going to go in with MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Light Plus. I'm just going in with my Morphe Y11 brush, and I'm just going to take some of that and just kind of pat it in around my eyes where I would crease the most. And I know I harp on so much about my eyes being creasy and wrinkly, but seriously, it's like a struggle. Okay, so now that I set my under eye, I'm just gonna kind of go and set a little bit more of my overall face. I'm just taking my Morphe Y1 brush, and I'm actually gonna go in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Dim Light. So that's what that looks like here. It's just kind of like a really nice glowy setting powder, but without being too glowy. Like, it's just kind of like the perfect powder if you want to set with a little bit of sheen. And for bronzer, I'm actually going to go in with literally my hands down favorite bronzer. I might say that about a couple of them, but literally I've been using this for like 2 months straight, like non-stop, for my everyday go-to. And this is, again, the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer. And you can tell it's old because they have recently changed their packaging. I believe it's the exact same formula, just a couple of things have changed. I believe that they did up the smell of the chocolatey cocoa scent, so I really want the new one just for that. But that is what that looks like here. And I know for the last couple of months I was die-hard into the Sigma Small Contour F05 brush. I think I've used this in the majority of my videos on YouTube so far, but I've recently discovered this one that I had laying in one of my little makeup brush holders, and I can't get enough of this. So it's almost like a tapered, I don't even know, it's like a tapered fluffy brush or something, but it works really well for bronzer, and it just kind of like gets right into your cheekbones, but not making that like hard line, I guess you would say. So I'm just gonna go into this and put some just around my face, and I'm not gonna go too hard because I do want this to look more of a natural springy kind of look. So now I'm gonna go in with some blush, and I kind of want it like a nice vibrant pinky kind of tone. So I did go in with another product by Hourglass, and this is their Ambient Lighting Blush in Luminous Flush. So if you can see that kind of pinky color, and it's also mixed with one of their luminous powders. So this one's like a really nice option if you want some color, but you also want a little bit of glow happening also on your cheeks. I'm gonna dip into this with my usual Sigma Powder Blush Brush F10, and I'm just gonna tap into that and just apply it on my cheeks. So I look pretty rosy right now, so it looks a little intense, but just ignore that for now. And oh my goodness, I forgot brows. Now I normally use my ABH Dip Brow Pomade, but I'm gonna do something different, and I know I've used this in one of my videos from my BH Cosmetics haul, but actually, like, I've been really using this almost every day. So I know I tried this in that BH Cosmetics video, and I've been using this middle shade almost every single day with just a little tiny pencil brush. And this is actually from one of my first brush sets when I first started getting into makeup years ago, and it's from my brush set. So it's just kind of like, it's almost like a generic kind of makeup brush company. But actually, if you're starting out, those guys are a really good little investment. I got like a whole kit for like $20. It was definitely worth the money. And here I am still using one of their brushes today. So like I said, I just used that middle shade right here. So I just dipped into that, and I'm going to start filling in my brows. And I'm probably not going to include the whole video in this because you guys are probably bored and sick of seeing people do their eyebrows. So I will come back as soon as I am done. So again, that was the BH Cosmetics Flawless Brow Trio, the Brow Defining Kit. And this one is in the shade Light. So now I guess I can jump into eyes, and I decided to not do anything, you know, too bold or too crazy. I just kind of want to keep it a little bit light, but I do want to add some color in there. I know I'm saying that now, but I always tend to make things darker than I intend to. So as of now, I'm going to try to keep it light. But I am going to go in with one of the new MAC palettes from their Art Library collection, and this one is called Flamboyant. And 2 videos ago I did a video kind of introducing the 2 of them. So I introduced the 2 new palettes like this, but I recently ordered my own, and I didn't do a look using the Flamboyant one, which I'm going to show you guys. I showed you in that video also, but this one looks just like this, and I did a look using the other one, the more nude color one, in that actual video. So I decided to kind of, you know, show you guys a look using this one as well, because they are gorgeous, gorgeous palettes. I love them so much. I literally bought the 2 of them after taking those other ones home and trying them out and filming the video for you guys. For starters, I am going to go in with this shade right here. Oh yeah, and I'm using the Morphe E23 brush to apply this first shade just into my crease. I'm going to try to use as less shades as possible. Like, I might only dunk into 1 or 2 more for the actual eyeshadow look, so we'll see about that. Okay, so now that that one's done, I am going to be going in with the shade right below it, and it's kind of like that light orangey color. Same brush. I'm just going to lightly just kind of deepen up the crease with that shade a little bit. I'm going to go in with this bottom one. It almost looks like a pink color. I don't even know how to explain it, but it does have some gold sheen to it, so it is a really pretty color. I am literally just going in with my finger to start, and I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. And these nails are definitely not helping. I feel like I can't get into like the corner of my eyes or like up into the crease like correctly. So now I am just going in with a Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush, and I am just going to soften out those edges. So I'm just taking a Morphe E17 brush, and I'm just going to be taking this lighter orange shade and just putting some on my lower lid, just so there's like something there. And I'm just going to be taking a little bit of that shade that I just put all over on my upper lid and just kind of bringing that down just a little bit. So now I'm just taking the Morphe Y22 brush, and I'm going to be going into this first shade up here. It almost looks like an off-white color, and it's really pretty because it gives off this light gold sheeny undertone. And I'm just going to be sticking some of this into my inner corner. And oh my god, did that just happen? Well, let's try that again. Right under my brow bone. And the same on this one. So I am just taking this darker brown shade right there, and I'm just gonna go in and just line my lid just a little bit, just to kind of give me a slight bit more of definition, and a little bit on the bottom. So now I'm gonna go in with mascara, and if you've seen one of my recent videos, you know I came across my new love of mascara, in which my opinion, I think that actually beats out this guy right here. So this one is the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara, of course in the shade black. So I am just gonna go and apply a couple coats of this guy. And I like to apply like 2 or 3 coats of this one because I find each layer that you do, it just really brings out the volume in each lash. And I'm gonna go ahead and do some of my bottom lashes. And I know this is last minute, but I think I'm gonna go in with my NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light, and I think I'm just gonna line my waterline with this one. Now I'm going to go in with some highlighter, and I'm just going to be using one of my go-tos. This one is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Blossom Glow, and this is what it looks like right here. And I'm just going to go in with my Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter brush, and literally I did not find a better brush for highlighter than this one so far. So if anybody has any recommendations of good highlighter brushes, just let me know in the comments below, and I will be sure to check them out, because I'm always on the hunt for better things that when I'm using to discover new things. So if anybody has any suggestions of any products at all that you think that I would like and enjoy, again, just leave them down in the comments below. I'm just going to swirl into this and just apply this on my cheekbones, on my nose, and right here. And I don't know if you can see in camera, but it gives like one of the most beautiful glows that I've ever seen with a highlighter. Okay, so now it's time for lips, and I literally cannot decide on a shade. I'm torn between 2 completely different products. The first one that I'm kind of contemplating is this lip pencil by Bite Beauty. It doesn't have the actual shade name, but it does have like a shade number, and it's 064, but I'm pretty sure that it was something melon on the Sephora website, but don't quote me on that. I could have been looking at a different one, but if I were to guess, it does have melon in the name. But this is shade 064, and it is pretty much like a watermelon-y kind of lip pencil shade. One of these MAC Bullet lipsticks in the shade Cream Cup. So it is like this natural nude, like a light pinky color. So since I can't decide on either or, I think I'm just gonna go in with the lip pencil and then maybe put a bit of Cream Cup on top of it. So yes, I think that is what we are going to do. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in and just line my lips and fill in my whole lips with this lip pencil. And you'll see like how much of a gorgeous color this is. And it kind of matches the eye look too, but I didn't plan on going this dark like with my lips, like matching my eyes, but this is what that lip color looks like with this Bite lip pencil in the shade 064. These are really good quality lip pencils. Like, they go on so creamy, they're not drying, and they are pretty matte. So I'm a big fan of this, and I definitely want to pick up more of these guys from the Sephora website. So now I'm just going to go in with Cream Cup, and it is a cream sheen finish. So I'm just going to go in and put a little bit. This just kind of made everything a little more pinkier, a little more brighter, and I definitely like that lip combo. So I will probably be using that lipstick with that lip liner again in the future. So we're almost done. The very last thing that I want to kind of put on for you guys and kind of show you is a new scent of the MAC Fix Plus. And this is part of the MAC Boom Boom Bloom collection. They had a whole line. They had like a little eye palette. They had some lipsticks and lip glosses. And this was part of that collection as well. So this is like a cherry blossom, I was gonna say flavored, but it's a cherry blossom scented Fix Plus. It does come with like the little cherry blossom packaging and a nice white iridescent cover. It is like the cutest little thing. I have only smelled this once and I became obsessed. Oh my god, and the smell actually brings me right back to Korea. I don't know if you guys seen my last video, but the very last video that I posted was how Korea ruined my hair. So Joseph and I have lived over there for 6 months, and I go into the whole spiel of how I lost a lot of my hair volume and hair density while living over there, and it is quite the interesting story. Alright you guys, so this is the finished look. This is kind of my take on a nice fresh spring look that any of you guys can achieve without too much difficulty. You only need a couple of eyeshadow shades. You can substitute a lot of the things that I've mentioned for other products as well. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you would love to see more by me, just don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Literally from the bottom of my heart, it means so much. I am working my way up to 100 subscribers, so I'm really hoping that I do reach 100 because that was a goal that I had when I first started this YouTube channel. I wanted to hit 100 by the first year. So right now, I believe I am 6 months into my channel, so it would mean so much to me if I do reach that 100 mark. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be seeing you guys in my next video. Bye!